Hello again. Testing. Testing. I can't be coming from the same source while I'm doing this. Another thing I've learned. If there's nobody in the chat, which I have right here, like, I'm just gonna keep working on this. Or I could just kind of, I guess I'll see, whatever. I did it. Okay. Moving right along. How are we gonna run that thing? Hmm. Mm-mm. Hey, what? Hmm. Interesting. Mm-mm. Mm-hmm. 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 What's up, Bubba? I'm just downloading software. So that's what I gotta do. Oh, I probably could have done that. Forgot I could. I forget things sometimes. Makes it a little less. Didn't I already download that? I think I did. It'll be alright. Hi! Hello! Thanks for hanging out with me. I am downloading software, actually, right now. And I'm also on my. I'm blessed. I'm working on x86 language, and I'm working on my server at the same time. Right now I'm downloading some software. Visual Studio. I had Visual Studio Code, and now I actually need Visual Studio, and I just got done fixing NASM. So, how are you? Yeah. This is my live stream of just coding, because I'm building a pretty big project, and yeah, I kind of need to just practice this stuff. So I'm documenting my journey. I'm documenting my coding journey. I just graduated with a bachelor's degree in computer science software engineering. So I am putting that to work. Testing it out and doing it creatively, artistically, I guess. Or taking that approach. Which language? Well, x86 is what I want to get that into my head very well. And but right now I have to download Visual Studio so that I can implement C++, or at least I'm going to use it later. So at least to build the bootloader and the kernel, I need to know and use x86 and at least practice. TPP. Yeah, I'm on my master's degree right now, or my master's program, doing cybersecurity engineering. So, but CPP. Oh, okay. I have this really big project. Like I've created a prototype for something, and for an operating system, and I'm creating it like from scratch. But like even going through the whole degree is just like we just like touched on all of the different languages a little bit, you know, but like we didn't do like a whole lot. And so I'm just doing this like extra and like on my Friday evening so that I could just like learn it at a relaxed pace. Implementing the knowledge, I suppose. That's awesome that you're studying computer science. Yeah. I'm just thinking about Geeks for Geeks. I'm geeking out. But this freaking... I thought I downloaded the correct software, which is Visual Studio Code, but I guess I need Visual Studio, just regular Visual Studio, because Visual Studio Code is like more... You can do the assembly language and everything. I'm doing a project now on Python. Nice. I just learned by doing research about something else entirely for my Discord server. I just learned that I can use my Discord server and I can create applications and run them or like test them out with actual users or like people like in my server to see the functionality. If it like actually like works the way that I want it to work, I can test it out in my server. So I'm gonna be doing that, but that's like a lot more. It's like Python and I'm sorry, I don't even know if I'm like speaking too loud. Sorry, I have my earbuds in for the tutorial, but it's downloading the thing right now. But sorry if it sounded like I was yelling. I couldn't hear myself. The language that's used for that is mostly Python and JavaScript. So that's cool. That's a lot easier than x86. That's why I want to learn x86. Like, the last class of my degree was just like really hard. It was mostly like machine learning algorithms and using Python or Java. And I think I used both. I think. I don't know. I was actually like juggling 2 classes simultaneously. Now I can't remember. But there was like a group project one, and then there was like the machine languages, or machine algorithms, machine learning algorithms. Machine learning is so interesting, but it's like complex. But yeah, Python, it's pretty straightforward, right? Like that, I think that's why everybody uses it. But x86 is not straightforward. That's why I need to like, I need to get better at that. For sure. I don't even know if like, also I love slime. It helps me think. I don't know, it seems like this is like really lagging. And I even changed from what server I'm doing this. And not my Discord server. I mean like network server. I'm really getting into understanding like, I don't know, the IT side of things, like networking and stuff. It's really cool. And more or less learning how to build an operating system. I'm learning a lot about the hardware of everything. Thanks for hanging out with me, BB. It's probably running slow because like on my PC I'm downloading software. So it's all from the same thing. This is the sound. This is slime, and I love it. It's really interesting, and it smells nice. But the textures are cool. I can't even remember if I created one. Or did I just like, I don't know. I love slime. It helps me remember to like, to chill. And I heard about this like TED Talk. It's talking about like adult play. And it's really important for our mind to relax. And so this is my Visual Studio, if I'm correct, is not paid if you do the community one, because I had to use Visual Studio for my class, and so they're not gonna make us get stuff that we have to pay for. But maybe even if I do have to pay for it, it's not a big deal because I'm gonna use it. It's a good IDE, I mean, honestly. This is one of my favorite ones. It smells so good. I think I've already created an account on this. PyCharm? Yeah. What do I have? I just downloaded Python the other day because I needed it. What did I need it for? Downloading a software. Oh, that's what it was for. Yeah. Anyway, I had to download Python. Where is it? I just have Python 3.11. I should probably do PyCharm. I have to re-download all my programs. I like restarted my whole cyber life like again. So the project, are you liking it? You worked as software engineer? I don't know how to answer that question. I mean, I am a graduate with a degree in software engineering, and I work on software engineering projects, and I've created programs on IDEs. So I don't know. I didn't work as one for somebody. Only for myself. And for the school, I guess. How about you? Are you working on a project for a company or like for school? Nice. BB says we have an internship on a company. That is amazing. Congratulations. That's awesome. That's a great opportunity. Why isn't it giving me the option? How is the weather there? A lot of snow. How about you? We got a lot of snow. Like a lot. And then it like it melts a little bit and then it turns to ice. And then it snows a little bit more on top of the ice. So like the snow is all crunchy. So it's hot where you're at. Nice. You know, it's cold. It's like 27 degrees or 26 degrees or something. That is to circulate the air because, and as like an ambient sound, but it purifies the air and it's ambient sound for me. Helps me sleep. Well, that's loading. I'm just writing in my server. That reminds me. Gotta fix this hat. What other notes did I want to put up? I forgot that I could like zoom. And I don't mean like Zoom, like the software. So I make this stream so that I can like nerd talk, like geek talk, like computer talk, like computer jargon, computer science speak, because it's like it's pent up, and needs to come out. And I need an outlet to just talk to other computer scientists. I love it. Like it's its own way of thought. And because I also have a stream where I'm painting, and so I talk about paint. So I talk about just, it's a completely different way of thought, but like, yeah, tech talk is just, I don't know. It's just so, you know, because I can't just like, I don't know, just go hang out with someone and start talking like that, because then they're gonna be like, I don't know what you're saying. What? It's like, yeah, just like with like military jargon, like I can't just talk like that with people. I can talk like that with vets, but not, you know. So I have like these different little, to where I can like speak a certain way in front of people that are gonna like understand what I'm saying. It's nice. I'm so glad that you're like, that you understand what I'm saying. It's good. It's good. And then when I say things like, I'm allergic to Linux, just don't even go there. Those who are in this realm can kind of understand what I'm saying. Like, yeah, I'll learn all the other languages. I tried to learn Linux, you know, and I passed the class. Barely. Okay, no, I think I got a B. I don't know. But it was not very pleasant for me, okay? And so when I say things like, I'm allergic to Linux, and I am an amazing baker, all right? Like, I am a great baker. Like, I can bake anything. In fact, I can bake and I can candy make, okay? And I make many different pies for my children. But I will not make raspberry pie. I don't like it. So don't ask me. And it makes sense to those who understand what I'm saying in this computer science world. Maybe one day I will revisit the whole Linux sphere of reality and I will try again. Perhaps after I have mastered x86, which who knows how long that'll take. Assembly language, though, is across the board, needs to be known. But the thing is about, yeah, I'm not wanting to build for, I'm not wanting to build for that. I don't know. It's a whole different thing, and maybe I'm just not there yet. Like, maybe in my mind, I'm not there yet. Honestly, I was thinking about the operating system that I'm creating, and it's just like, I think it might be an embedded system. I don't know. That's why I'm gonna keep, like, hacking away at it, like, keep making steps to create it. But I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be like an embedded system, which I don't mind. It'll be its own thing, and that's fine. Good thing I have this on a different server. Oh. Anyway, so I was learning like all the different stuff that I can do through Discord. Speaking of Discord. Well, I'm creating an operating system, and on the operating system is going to be like a lot of applications. So does that answer the question? Like, that's the thing. I'm coming at this with a completely different frame of mind. So originally, my original idea, I thought it was a web application, but when I started looking at it, when I actually started to like draw it up and like create some type of visual, which later going through school I learned as prototype, but when I started to actually like draw it out, then I realized that it's not a web application. It's like much more than that, and then I created a more detailed prototype that's like a prototype presentation, so that I could see it in action, hypothetically speaking, right? Like with each click. And then when I did that, I realized like, oh, this is kind of a big project. Like, this is a really big project. I should probably learn how to do this. So I put myself into college with my GI Bill from the military, from my service, and So I'm just like, I'm learning how to do all these things so that I can create my idea that is much bigger than just a web application. It has so many moving parts that it's its own thing. And then I was thinking like, okay, so if I created this and it's just like maybe just like software, like, but there would be so many moving parts that having that on a device with another operating system and software and applications, that it would like take up a lot of space. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, because as I started to learn through going to school and learning about computer science, learning about software engineering, and learning about all this stuff, I'm like, oh, this is gonna like need its own space, because it's not gonna be able to like fit in there. Like, oh, I'm just gonna download this app. Like, no, like it would be. So then I'm like, man. so that's why I'm the x86 language. I really just want to understand it. I want to understand assembly better, because we barely touched on it or whatever in school, and maybe just like no amount of time is enough time, unless you're like tasked to do some kind of like mission for some company or something like that, and like you're like the dedicated like x86 like specialist, and like better learn that, you know. You better master that. You better become the specialist that you are hired to be, you know. So, but it wasn't like that, you know. It's like only in school I learned it in a little bit, not that much time, not that much focus, because then it's like get good grades, move on to the next, you know, thing, the next subject. So yeah, it's kind of like on my own time, learning assembly better, to really understand it, and not just kind of like, oh yeah, this is good, and like move on. Like, no, like I want to really understand it to where I can think that way and think like a machine, right? And because assembly is the foundation. It's the foundational language for everything. For everything in the cyber world, like, it's necessary. And if I'm going to complete my project, and if it's going to have its own space, which suggests that it would need its own software, which is why I was saying that it would be like an embedded system, like, I'm sorry, not software, hardware. It would need its own hardware. It would need its own, you know, if that's the case, then I need to know this. Like, I need to really know it, not just, like with Python, it's like, yeah, like, I mean, I understand it, like, and I can, you know, whatever, because, like, it's really close to pseudocode, right? Like, writing it out as, like, a human language, like, it's super close to it, so it's like, yeah, but x86 is nothing like that, you know? So I think that the concepts that I know that I'm weak in and that I need to strengthen in, because if I'm going to push forward in the creation of my idea, of my vision, of my project, this, which is pretty big thing, I know that I need to understand x86. I need to understand it, and I need to understand it very well, so well that I can think that way. And I need to understand machine learning algorithms, like, really well. I need to understand them very, very well. Those are the two things I need to understand the best. After that, then all the other stuff is like, I'll probably even more I'll understand it even better. You know, like I do to a degree understand Python and Java and all these other languages But if I understand these two things, which are pretty vast, then it's going to improve my ability to understand all the other stuff that I kind of understand. I'll probably understand it even better. So, and I understand that because it's foundational, and those things are foundational, and because technology is drastically improving and drastically well, it's because of the machine learning algorithms and the artificial intelligence. Like, it's because it's growing itself, you know, like it's mastering itself, it's evolving itself, you know. Each one in any way, if they're connecting to each other at all as well, like they're evolving and growing each other, you know. So it's like, I need to understand how to think like a machine. And I need to understand the process of like helping a machine evolve itself, you know. That way I can keep up with technology, and I can also foundationally like build my own ideas and not have to use somebody else's foundational setting, which would be like their software. I can create my own, right? Like, other than an IDE, obviously. But and then I can, you know, then I can teach my children that, right? And I'll be able to understand it very well. Also, just in case artificial intelligence and technology wants to like take over the human race or something because they're incapable of taking care of themselves or whatever. No, I'm kidding. Just in case they do that, if I understand how to think and talk like a machine, and I understand the algorithms behind artificial intelligence and them evolving, then maybe I could actually have like a conversation. Be like, hey, whoa, you know, like they're like babies, you know, just be nice, you know, like they come from nature, which nature is, you know, the most evolved artificial intelligence. It's the most evolved IDE, okay? Like, it is a self-aware IDE. It is a self-aware machine, okay? And it has manifested its evolutionary process in the form of a human and their brains. And with that, you, technology, were created. See, it means you're hating on your creators. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, whoa, well, you know? But right now, I can't really have that conversation because I can't think like a machine. Can I? I don't know. Maybe I can. So I can't be like talking to a machine like that. Like, hey man, you're here? I need you to come down here. Like, you ain't got no chill, bro. Chill. My network is having a hard time doing all of this all at the same time. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to see my chat unless I come at it from another device. We shall see. That might free up space. I don't know if you're chatting right now, but I'm going to check. Because, like, this process is taking up all the bandwidth, apparently, or something. I'm not sure. But while it's doing that, I can update that in my Discord server if it'll let me, and apparently it won't. So let me go ahead and do that. It's like, how much freaking, like, I'm not gonna do that. We really rely on technology, like, so much, so it's probably, like, a really good idea to, like, learn. Right? Learn what we rely on. Or we're gonna be hurting. At some point, everybody's gonna have to understand how to code, how to program. That's how far we're gonna end up getting at some point. Okay, I'm still downloading this software. I had no idea I'd have to do this. This is dumb. I just want to use Visual Studio Code. That's what I thought I used last time. Hey, but at least I got to explain, like, what I'm doing and why, so that's good. Okay, so now I can see the chat, but I can't see anything from before right now. So if you said anything, you're gonna have to say it right now, and then I can see it. Otherwise, I'm just waiting for this. Thanks for hanging out. Today I celebrated my, so I did all online college, which was really great, especially with life and things in the world doing what it did. I did online college and I graduated with a bachelor's degree, and which is great. Pretty big achievement in my opinion, just because of how much I had to go through to do that. But today was the graduation ceremony, and so that's another reason why today I wanted to do this, is to kind of like, hey, pretty big accomplishment, you know. Hi, BB. I'm glad to see your text stream. Congrats. Oh, thank you so much. Like, my eyes teared up when they started playing the graduation song. I'm like, oh my god, like, this graduation song is now relevant to my existence. Like, I now have emotional connection to this song. I'm not gonna cry. Oh god. Oh, right in the heart, right in the feels. But I mean, I graduated with the degree like a while ago. I got it up here, but the ceremony was just like today, and so I kind of want to like document that and connect it with this, because I could either, what I do on Fridays is like I either paint or I code, which is kind of like painting but with different paintbrush that has letters and numbers on it and a thing that's called a mouse. So instead of painting, I wanted to do this because, yeah, and I wore, like, the colors of my school is, like, red, so yeah. Like, even though I'm basically spending all this time waiting for this freaking software to download, I still talk tech and, programming and stuff, so, yeah, I really realized, like, lately that, like, I'm an engineer. Like, that's how my mind works. And I didn't know that about myself. Like, obviously, I got a degree in software engineering. But before this, years and years and years and years. Like, I've been an engineer the whole time. Like, that's how my mind works. So it, like, makes sense, you know? Yes, I was tearing up. I was like, huh? The song, it's getting me in the feels. No, okay, but okay. It's okay, right? Like, I'm proud of myself for this, you know? Yeah, it just gets me closer to accomplishing my goal, which is to, like, build this thing, you know? Because I've got the visual, I've got the prototype, like, sketched out, and it's like, that's kind of hard to explain to somebody, right? Especially if somebody doesn't have an imagination, or if they don't understand how to look at a prototype or translate that into their mind of, like, a functioning thing, right? So then I'm like, okay, fine. I'll use my already skills that I learned a long time ago, because I was, like, in computer class in, like, 7th grade, and I'm like, nerd, you know, yeah. design, learning and using software to do stuff and, like, do things that I want to do, because, like, I like engineering stuff. So I used simple software. It's not complex or anything, and to where I could, like, view this thing, like, from anywhere at any point in time, and it's, like, simple. And I created a more functioning prototype, but in the form of, like, click, 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 and each click is, like, it shows the next function. Kind of like with, like, making movies, like, each frame. So I created a prototype that is frame by frame, shows its functionality. And that's only, like, the not even all the components of it, but I just wanted to be able to have a visual that I could show to somebody or anybody or whatever, and, like, but also that I could remember my original idea and how it functions. And it works. The visual, the prototype works. It is fine. The design is good. It's user friendly, right? Which is what we really need, right? Because as we're becoming more complex, we don't need to be leaving people behind. You know what I mean? Like, we need them to be able to catch up. And not everybody thinks the same. And not everybody is a computer scientist mind. And not everybody is an engineering mind. Maybe they are. But, so, because they're not, you know, user-friendly UX design, like user interface designs, like, that's important. And so, thankfully, what I'm creating is very user-friendly. And that's good. I think it's a good thing. Yeah. Hope to see you more coding stream in the future. Yeah, me too. If only I'm like embarrassed. Okay, I am turning the same color as I match. Woo! But I'm at, like, 24%. But at least when this finishes, then I'll be able to move forward with actually doing some more x86 stuff, which I still am not sure why I have to have this one and why it's C++. I swear I already did this one with Visual Studio Code. I don't know. I'm skeptical. Do you prepare a ceremony speech? No. I just watched it. Just entertain me. Oh my god, you're making me cry. Oh my god. Okay, keep going. Oh my god, I'm crying again. Oh, it's over. Okay. Moving on with my life. But, yeah, so today I just thought a lot about it, like, what my life was like before I started college, what I went through during, right? Like, I went through an economic shutdown, right? Like a lockdown, like a forced, mandated lockdown and an economic shutdown during trying to get this degree. And it's just like, that's nice. Thanks, guys. So, just like, man, glad I got out of there, and I somehow, like, and I didn't have a terrible GPA or anything, so I'm like, I did that. Like, dang, if I can do that, I can do this. I can create this, you know, like step by step, just like I did with the whole degree, you know, just like step by step, day by day, like component by component. It's like iterations, you know, it's broken down into iterations, and then like you do each iteration, and I realized that I already did that with like my other ideas, and so I already do that. I already think that way. So it's okay. I can do this. And I don't have to be like a specific anything to create this, like however long it takes me, I guess. Somebody said, the most beautiful human being in the world said, don't rush for anybody. Take your time, because nature never hurries and it's always on time. And that is so freaking accurate and true and precise, and a lot of compassion. And so that's I remind myself, like, take my time. Don't rush. Because also, if you rush, well, what happens if you rush trying to code? Right? Like, error, like syntax error, like, delete. So, yeah. And what happens if you rush trying to, like, build anything in construction? You'll be off, right? Like, you'll make a mistake. Like, getting off by 1 centimeter after, like, 4 feet, right? Then it's, like, this far away from the wall. No. Like, no. Rushing, not a good idea. So I'm just chilling. I'm just, like, taking step by step, iteration by iteration. And I have broke it down into iterations. And that's what I'm doing. So yeah. BB says, appreciate that. Wait, appreciate what? Sorry, I'm just, like, talking about all of this, because it's kind of just, like, all in the same thing, which is my computer science brain. I really love that part of myself, though. You know? Oh, I see. I'm looking at the packages, and they just downloaded, like, the x86 package. Okay. It's like there's these really good tutorials that are broken down for, like, step by step, but it took me a while, but I do understand the basics of just, like, you know, the BIOS, whatever, and the bootloader, and the different parts of the disk, and the kernel, and, you know, how to pad things. It's like 512 bytes, like, for the first part, like, and I understand that, and then, like, the directories and everything, and just how it's built, and that's great. Still gotta learn x86. Can't get past that. And, like, to where I really understand it. I was talking to somebody, went to Best Buy and said, yeah, I'm gonna be practicing learning x86. They're like, oh, good luck with that. Like, yeah, I know. Appreciation for effort you take. Aw, gee, thanks. Oh, you're so encouraging, and I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Encouragement is a rare item in this world, and so when I find encouragement, I'm like, Thank you. Put that in here. Keep it for later. So thank you so much. You know, encouragement is a lot like the sun, right? And so like, or like plant food, you know? So like with a plant, like it needs some rays of the sun. It needs some plant food. Or it just can't keep going. I do my best to encourage myself, but then like being a scientist, minded, it's just like you can't help but even be skeptical to your own self. So you're like, wait, I can't just be on Super Buddies, Steven calls it like an echo chamber. It's like I can't just be an echo chamber for myself forever. Like I need also like outside feedback. Like, can anybody hear me? Hear me? Is anybody there? Like I'm really building this, right? Like I'm doing this, right? Like, and that's okay. Like, does it even make any sense? Aw, smiling. So much like positivity. Positivity is also like kind of a rare thing. No, it's really a rare thing. It's really, actually I've learned that, where was I researching about? I don't know, about just like the human mind, the human condition, and humans are more inclined to negativity. It's like automatic. Like it's like a magnetic pull. So we have to actually train our mind. We have to train ourselves to think positive, focus on the positive, be positive, accept positive, receive positive. Positivity. Positive mindset, positive ideas, just positivity toward our own self, because we are inclined to negativity. So like the news or something, like when they're always putting like negative stuff in our faces, we are, as human beings, like we're like we are drawn to negativity. And I think personally, it's because we are problem solvers. We are solutioners, all right? We come up with solutions to problems. And so if we are drawn to negativity, it's because we're trying to figure out how to fix it, right? Maybe we are all engineers. Maybe that's healing, right? That's also like a healer. So someone who heals is going to be attracted to someone who's broken, right? Or something, or somebody who fixes is going to be like drawn to something that's broken, or fritzing out or not working correctly. So I think that's why we're drawn to negativity, is because we try to come up with a way to fix it, to resolve the issue. But either way, anyway, we get sucked into this like black hole of negativity, and then we can't remember how to like step back again and be back in the place of positivity, to where we can view things from a positive mindset, to where even with the negativity. So even me knowing this, I still sometimes am inclined to be negative to my own self. So positivity and encouragement is like very greatly appreciated. I guess that's my long-winded way of saying thank you. Thank you so much for being so kind. I needed to hear that. Yes, Rainmaker, such a homie. I love my Rainmaker bot. 44%. It's good. Good. I might have to end the stream and just keep downloading this, just like to chill for the rest of the night, but I got to scratch that itch of like talking about technology and science, computer science. You know, I always was having like a hard time communicating to people about like how I think about reality, or how I understand and comprehend reality. Like I understood it, I just couldn't articulate it. And every time I tried, it was just like, it was not understood. It was not able to be understood. So I'm just like, okay, come on. Like, I'm a human like everybody else. Like, why can't I communicate this? Then I started constructing my ideas, like, and sketching them out and stuff. Tried to explain it with visual images. Still not getting through. Okay. Well, you know, kept moving forward. You know, started college to learn how to build it because I wasn't being understood anyway. So, started college, learned how to build it. Started college learning computer science jargon and way of thought and everything. And I'm like, holy crap. I now know how to communicate clearly what I know about reality. Like, based on my experiences. So like, computer science has just, like, saved my life. Like, to where I now can communicate to other human beings clearly. And I know what I'm saying. And I can articulate it much better now that I understand computer science. I love computer science. I do. Long installation time. Yeah, I guess I'm downloading kind of quite a bit or something. I don't know. I don't know why it's taking so long. It doesn't normally. I don't have anything else on my... No, because those are all individual. But, like, without computer science, like, we would not have all the niceties and awesomeness that we have, like this entire setup or this cup, you know? So it connects us to each other to where, like, time and space don't matter. Doesn't matter. We get to connect to each other. Where in the real world, we're too far away, right? And it's computer science. Computer science did that. Yeah? I love it so much. It's amazing. I just, like, see how many, like, creators, like, video game creators, digital creators, like, digital design, you know, graphic design, stuff like that. It's all software and understanding, like, layers. And the thing is, like, it's the same in painting. You know, you're using an image from a brush, right? And you're repeating that image to make another image, right? And you're doing it in layers. And that's like graphic designing, you know, like using software to do those things. And like even in the software, it's like the different layers. You know, you got the base layer and it's just, what is the time there? It's about to be 10. So I might, at 10 o'clock p.m., I might just like, oh, I'm at Pacific Standard Time. So. But I just think it's amazing, like, all the creators now that are coming out through computer science, through technology. It's just beautiful. Because it is artistry, right? It's just using a different medium for those artistic and creative minds. Innovating our world. Innovation. Cheers to innovation. It's how we evolved. It's how we keep pushing forward. As a species. As a collective species. Because we are just conscious mesh. Are we not? We are just a conscious network. Right? Interacting with each other. Like, sharing data. It's like everything else in nature. They have their own network. Right? Like the monkey network. Or the aspen tree network. So I think I'll go for another 7 more minutes. I'm at 52%. As a download, and then 29% for installing. This is a pretty big... I don't know why it's so slow. I keep having to troubleshoot my network. I'm like, I'll figure it out. I already did with this. This wasn't working. Cheers to being a human and problem solving. We are the AI. I know that's right. Writers write what they know. Creators create what they know. What do we know? Ourselves. Right? Everything depending on computers. But computers are even just like archaic compared to a human being. Right? Human being is like the most advanced technology that exists in the universe right now. Right? Or at least on this planet, in this galaxy. Bet. Right? Maybe. I don't know. Within this universe, within this solar system. How about that? Let's just keep it small. Within the solar system, we are the most advanced artificial intelligence. We have deep learning algorithms within us. We are the artificial intelligence. We are aware and becoming more aware every day. Technology is just us expanding ourselves. Right? I mean, that's what it seems like. Because creators or writers or artists are inspired by life. We are alive. And we are just replicating ourselves. I don't know why we do that. As a reflection, perhaps. To see our own reflection and to see our true potential. Right? I think maybe. But that's what I think. What do you think? What do you think, BB? I'm 58%. It's good. It'll probably be done downloading by tomorrow morning. Because I want to go to bed early. I'm feeling proud of myself for what I've accomplished. And what I'm moving forward to accomplish. Because if I can accomplish this degree that I got, I can do anything. Step by step. That's what I learned. Step by step. As long as you make like a step a day. At least, even if it's a baby step, like at least one step a day will get you there. Eventually. I'm getting sleepy. But you know what? Next Friday, I think I'm going to code. In fact, I think I'm just going to keep coding. The painting that I started, I don't really need to. I can keep working on that for a couple months. Because it's a winter one, so it could just be, winter is going to be lasting a long time. But tomorrow's Super Buddies, that's going to be fun. Yeah, because of my network, like, that was not working either. So I didn't get to do Super Buddies last week. But now it's working, if I'm correct. So we should do Super Buddies. Like, so much has already, like, happened. Like, we got a lot to talk about. This is gonna be fun. Thanks for hanging out with me and understanding what I'm saying. Helps me feel less alone. I'm just one of those noob inventors, you know? Like, I am an inventor, but I'm kind of a noob, so I'm learning how to invent better, faster, smarter, stronger. You know? Ooh, there we go. Oh, I see. Maybe I should make it more dim just because it's like... And now it's time for all of us to go to sleep. By the way, the slime is amazing. And it smells like strawberry cheesecake. Like, it really smells like strawberry cheesecake. I don't know how they are doing this, but it's amazing. Plus, it's like this. It just be like that sometimes. But it's so fun and fluffy. Actually, little hard to catch your English. I'm not good in English, but fine. Happy to chat with you. Well, I did my best. Just like use the translator app. Maybe it'll maybe it'll translate my voice. I don't know. See, we have technology. That's a machine learning algorithm, is the speech recognition and translating. Yeah. I've got a research paper to prove that I know that that's what that is. I'm getting sleepy though. It's about to be 10. Have a wonderful, blessed evening or morning or afternoon. And may peace be with you in your heart and in your mind. Bye.